Some say it's the most colossal prosecution effort in the history of the United States of America, with several terabytes of evidence to sift through, including videos that insurrectionists made and posted and bragged about. Investigators have charged at least 725 people who stormed the Capitol that day, but as CNN's Paula Reed reports, only 30 of them, 30 have been sentenced to prison.
In the years since the violence of January 6th, federal prosecutors have been building cases against Trump supporters who participated in the attack on the Capitol as part of the largest investigation in American history.
Those involved must be held accountable, and there is no higher priority for us at the Department of Justice.
Charging more than 725 defendants from nearly all 50 states and Washington, D.C., almost a quarter have already pleaded guilty. Of those, more than 70 have been sentenced.
If they don't uphold the Constitution, then we will remove them from office.
One of the most infamous faces of the insurrection, the so-called QAnon shaman, Jacob Chansley, who stormed the Senate floor, received nearly 3.5 years in prison.
I'm going to take it because my parents is a...
He pleaded guilty to obstructing an official proceeding, specifically Congress's certification of the Electoral College results.
Everybody stay down!
That's a felony offense, and at least 275 other rioters are facing the same charge. It carries a maximum prison term of 20 years. These obstruction cases have faced numerous court challenges, but judges have allowed them to move forward. Judge Timothy Kelly, who rejected First Amendment claims from a group of Proud Boys, pointing out that this was not protected speech like burning a flag or a sit-in, writing, "There were many avenues for defendants to express their opinions without resorting to the conduct with which they have been charged." The DOJ is aggressively pursuing the far right-wing extremist groups allegedly involved in the attack. Dozens of Proud Boys and Oath Keepers, like those seen entering the Capitol here, have been charged in major conspiracy cases. Some judges have even questioned why certain rioters haven't been charged with crimes of terrorism. But the vast majority so far have pleaded guilty to a lesser misdemeanor offense. As a result of these plea deals, fewer than half of those sentenced, about 30 defendants, have received jail time, a development that's been controversial.
They were trespassing at the U.S. Capitol because they were trying to disrupt an election. So I think it's wrong. I think DOJ has failed in the cases where they've had people end up with no jail time.
So far, the longest punishment has been given to Robert Palmer, who admitted to spraying the contents of a fire extinguisher at a police line and then throwing the empty canister at officers. He was given more than 5 years behind bars.
I wouldn't be mad if it was more than that.
Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, who defended the Speaker's lobby during the attack.
I want the absolute max.
Longer sentences are a possibility as more of the most serious cases come to a head, and in the coming months, the first January 6th trials are expected to begin. If convicted at trial, defendants could face tougher sentences than they would under a plea deal with the Justice Department.
I think the big question here, though, is how high will this go? How high is DOJ going to be able to climb the ladder and get beyond just the people who physically stormed the Capitol and get to the real people who were behind this?
Paula Reed, CNN, Washington.